Hello! So, yeah, welcome, howdy and hello, I'm Lettucey, you're the viewer, and today, past me, is in Roblox. I will be narrating over this, considering how I don't think I have much to say while I'm building, unless of course it's in RCT3, then I have a lot to say. So, I will be doing commentary while past me just builds a bunch of stuff. I'm currently building what will soon be the front entrance. I haven't built it yet. Probably in the next episode I will. You can see I'm setting up the pathways for the Kitty Land, Sci-Fi Land, and Normal Land. So I choose that my first coaster will be a wooden coaster. Because, you know, a lot of parks have their signature roller coaster, and I want mine to be a wooden coaster. And, you know, some parks also have their signature ride be a wooden coaster. I don't know many parks that have that, but some do. I know one does. I don't know what... I know one does, but I don't know the name of that park. Yeah. So, I decide against having the ride go that direction, and instead I have it just take a 180-degree turn right out of the station. Basically a small, teeny tiny pre-lift. This ain't any type of like Hades 360 type of pre-lift. That thing goes on for ages before you even hit the lift hill. But yeah, that's just going to be a very short lift hill. So next I decide to buy those two little plots of land right there, and I keep on going up until I decide it's tall enough. You can see the park in the background, and my one wooden coaster towers over all of those rides. It's either that person doesn't have a height limit, like, he hasn't expanded his height limit, or he just has a sight line for all of his coasters. Then also, that's a spaghetti park, so, yeah. While I was building this, I was kind of like, will this look good in my skyline? It's just a big hunk of wood. And I decided that I'd keep the ride and would just make it something else, because I like wooden coasters. Well, I've only ridden one wooden coaster, and that's called one of the best wooden coasters. But I know that a lot of wooden coasters are actually pretty good, and some of them even rival steel coasters. I actually know a lot of them rival steel coasters. My favorite coaster right now is a wooden coaster, Ghost Rider. Right now, it's very fun. So, as you can see, many times around, 3 times actually, around this full thing, I will test it to have it crash. But I will test it to make sure the speed's alright and everything is going pretty well. Just a little note, I am basing this ride half off of Texas Stingray and half off of Ghost Rider. If you didn't know, Ghost Rider is at Knott's Berry Farm, and Texas Stingray is at SeaWorld San Antonio. Yeah, not at San Diego. I wish we had Texas Stingray over here in San Diego. That would be a dream. Because the only wooden coaster we have in San Diego is the Big Dipper. That thing's like... How many years old is it? It's like... I don't actually know. It was made in 1925. So that would mean... Hold on, I gotta do some brain math. It would be... like... Oh, it would be, okay, I'll figure that out later. I'll just probably edit it on the screen once I'm done with this narration, because I can't think while I'm trying to do commentary. Other than, of course, when I'm thinking about commentary. So here I'm just building the rest of the layouts, and here's the part where, Ghost Rider comes in. The first half is basically Texas Stingray. The second half is Ghost Rider. As you can see here, because I'm making that weird turn Ghost Rider has, where most wooden coasters have it sort of banked. Ghost Rider, no banking at all. They just, no banking. Yeah, that's why, I like that I was able to experience the same layout CCI made, but GCI just gave it new trains and gave it track upgrades, so that it would be super rough and uncomfortable. So I was able to experience that ride with the CCI layout, so I was able to experience those weird those amazing laterals. But I stapled myself Because I'm not used to GCI lap bars, and that was before I actually was, like, okay with leaving myself a little bit of room. I know, blasphemy for coaster enthusiasts. You never leave yourself stapled. On purpose. Well, it wasn't on purpose, I just accidentally pushed my lap bar too far down. And the ride attendants at Knott's don't even really push your lap bar that much. So I practically stapled myself, and I'm still angry at myself for that to this day, because I could have experienced that amazing air time. Though I mean, like, it is a GCI, so you can't experience any ejector, and I also stapled myself on accelerator, so I'm really angry at myself for that, because that top hat would have given me practically in space. But enough rambling about how I hated how I stapled myself on multiple rides at Knott's. More about what I'm doing. So I'm currently finishing up the layout by going around the first helix with another helix. Helix the ride, I know. And I ended up in the brake run. The brake run, yeah. So, I did it. Future me's probably not going to like what I just did. Well, future me, because this is past me. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. So, I'm building the brake run, and I tried to make it be able to run more than one train, but I guess I'm still not that acquainted with how the new block system works. I know how block brakes work in normal and in Planet Coaster, but I'm not used to how they work in Theme Park Tycoon 2. Because there isn't a way you can choose how many trains you run, there's just a way to say how many cars you want to run. So, sorry about that. I thought I heard something out my window. Yes, my window is still open to this day, which is kind of odd. Also, I am playing music in the background, which you can hear. I can't hear right now, but you can definitely hear right now. So, I'm kind of running out of commentary. Like, I run out of commentary really easily. I'm just like, okay, I'm going to talk about this while I'm making the recording, and then I'm just like, wait, but what will I talk about when I run out? Because this video is 13 minutes and 45 seconds long, so I don't know what I'm going to do for the rest of the, something minutes left of this video. So, I don't know what I'm going to do. There's a problem here. I wonder there's a big problem right here. So here I'm trying to get the pathing right for the western area, because I decided this area is not going to be themed to just normal. It's going to be themed to western, because wooden coasters and western, it kind of makes sense. Even though I originally envisioned this to be a just normal themed wooden coaster, it's now going to be themed to western. And you can see I colored the supports a grayish color to make it so it's like metal supports. It's a metal support structure on a wooden coaster, just like Texas Stingray. I'll probably bring up a few images of the rides I'm referencing, but yeah, I probably just did that. The power of editing! It's amazing, isn't it? It's an amazing thing, the power of editing. So, I haven't named this coast yet, and I'm going to do what I did in my RCT3 series, where you, the viewer, I'm asking you to write in the comments, or just not do anything at all, write in the comments what you think I should name this coaster, because I was thinking about calling it Outlaw, and I may stick to that name if no one comments, but if you think I should choose a better name, then you tell me that name. Though honestly, I'm probably not going to choose anything that's like Texas Rider, because it's just a mix of the two names, and that's too obvious, because, you know, it's a mix of Ghost Rider and Texas Stingray, so it's just too obvious to mix those two names. So just give me something that's Western themed and good, because honestly, I'm too lazy to think of a name now, unless it's called Outlaw, because I think Outlaw's a pretty good name. So if you agree with me, or just don't want to comment, then then I'll choose Outlaw. But if you think there's a better name, then you type it in the comments. Enough telling you about the comments, more about what I'm doing. So I'm currently now building the station building, which is the station, and I'm having the coaster run in the background, which to this time, until later in the video, I haven't paid attention to, even though I was like, okay, I'm going to pay attention to the coaster now. And then I realized, well, that wouldn't really be good in the video, so I'm just gonna do something else and then forget about the coaster. So, in the next episode after this, I'll probably try to do some theming. Like, well, I'm already doing some theming in this, but I'll really try to do just the main thing of theming, where it's like, oh, look at this, it's a theme, it's a story, it's a plot line. This coaster is not going to have a plot line. Unless you want it to be. Unless you in the comments just tell me, like, a book. Unless you just write a book in the comments about this one ride. Just in the comments, you just write, so, the story of this ride is one day on a dark and stormy night. Honestly, I probably won't have the time to, well, I will have the time because I have nothing better to do until SeaWorld reopens. So, yeah. Because you already pretty much know what I'm doing right now, other than I love the framework. Before I get on to what I was originally going to say, I just had to say my love for making framework in Roller Coaster Tycoon games or Planet Coaster. They're just the best things ever, because I love just getting that precision and then seeing all the framework and having it be so... I don't know what's my problem with framework. I just love making framework. It's just so cool. I just love it. I love it. It's amazing. So, yeah, here you can see I'm making framework, and I think it looks actually pretty darn good. So now I'm going to make the roof to the station, and now on to what I was originally going to say. I got off topic. So, I think it's almost confirmed that SeaWorld is going to, SeaWorld San Diego, Belmont Park, and Legoland, California are all going to open on July 1st. Because SeaWorld San Diego, if you check on their website, they show their calendar has been pushed back to them reopening on July 1st. Belmont Park, the Big Dipper, and all the other attractions, July 1st. I haven't seen anything about Legoland yet, but honestly, that's a kids' park. Well, it's mostly a kids' park where kids go, because literally their biggest coaster is a kiddie coaster. A kiddie coaster. And I remember the last time I went there, I was like 6 years old, and the kiddie coaster had like a 90-minute wait. No, a 60-minute wait for a kiddie coaster. And I remember I had to like wait 20 minutes for my first ever coaster, which was a Wild Mouse called Techno Coaster. And that was my first ever coaster, a Wild Mouse, an off-the-shelf Wild Mouse. Yeah, I think that's pretty weird. Anyways, here we have the POV, and I'm just going to be quiet for the rest of this POV, so you can just admire it in sped up versions. So that was the POV, and we're getting near to the end of the episode. So, I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Subscribe, help me like it even more. Beyond subscribing, leave a like. And I was Lettucey, you're the viewer, and I'll see you in the future. Goodbye.